So lads, today we're going to be talking about Caitlin Clark's weird shoe situation, and also I'm going to be talking about how badly her agent fumbled the entire situation for her signature shoe and everything. And I mean this when I say this, fumbled real bad. But before any of that, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, lads. Obviously, we uploaded more than the 5 videos a day. That was to be expected. And I've been exhausted. I've been absolutely exhausted. I've been pushing myself so hard this month with just so many other stuff in life. It's crazy. And we are trying to hit 40,500 subscribers by Christmas Day. Right now it's the 22nd. If we could get to like 40,450, that would be unbelievable, lads. I'm like, it's tough. It is so tough getting these videos out. But we got to talk about this. So, this is a thread from Ali874. In order to understand Nike and shoe companies operate, I think it's important to take a look at the absolute cesspool Caitlin Clark and her agent had to wade through when negotiating a signature shoe deal. And I'm also going to explain why I think genuinely they did a really bad job. So initially, several companies offered Caitlin Clark deals contingent on her staying in college a 5th year, which means that these were deals that were signed before she finished college. It announced her intention to turn pro. Had yet announced her intention to turn pro. Plenty of people hoped she would return for her final year of eligibility. That includes fans inside who chanted one more year. It also included a few of the shoe company executives who believed that being a college player was a major part of her allure. Several went as far as making offers conditional on her staying in school. By NBA All-Star Weekend, however, it's clear Clark had burst into a new territory. She was no longer just generating crazy highlight reels. She played herself into a position where it wasn't even contingent on staying in college. So, when it comes to her deals, so Sabrina Ionescu signed a $24 million deal when she came, a 5-year, $24 million. By the way, Caitlin Clark, was it 5-year or 4-year? A 4-year, $24 million deal. Caitlin Clark signed an 8-year, $28 million. So Caitlin Clark, coming out of college, signed a deal where she was earning $3 million more for 4 extra years. So it says here, Ionescu won't receive that much according to someone familiar with the situation. Though her shoe was so well, her visibility was dented by injury in her early years in WNBA coinciding with the pandemic. Like most shoe contract value, Ionescu's deal include numerous on-court incentives along with bonuses for shoe sales. No. Like Sabrina Ionescu, it's the second highest. It's one of the highest selling Nike shoes. Sabrina Ionescu has massively cleared the $24 million. Like, I'm sorry, the amount of shoes that sell it will massively clear that. Says here, companies were surprised how involved Caitlin Clark was. Is that during the calls with Adidas, she was there. Adidas sent Clark some shoes and even prepared a prototype signature model for her. Adidas bill fell far short of the mark, $6 million over 4 years. In the end, the closest contender Nike was Under Armour, companies whose highest profile ambassador happens to be Curry, $16 million over 4 years with the signature shoe. And Nike initially offered $3.5 million per year, but no signature shoe. Caitlin will be the face of the Kobe brand instead. Clark and Nike, and I actually, unpopular opinion, I actually think that would be really cool. I think in hindsight, Caitlin Clark being the face of the Kobe brand would have been really cool. The problem is that there's no signature shoe, and there's no way she would be doing that if she was getting long-term for the residuals, but they would have to put the Caitlin Clark Kobe's for sale. The Caitlin Clark Kobe 6s, there will have to be remember they were making the Kobe ADs for a while? Like, they would have to release the Kobe CCs, almost like it's Jordan brand. And I think that would be really cool, but only if that's the case, and it's not just, oh, we're just going to make her wear Kobe's. Clark and Nike eventually down $3 million that include a signature shoe. So she's actually took less money to get a signature shoe. We had like $3.5 million is an eye-popping number. That's way less than they offered Sabrina Ionescu. And people are saying her base is $3.5 million per year. But the reality of the situation is, unless Nike start making stuff with Caitlin Clark, she's making less money than initial. Somehow there wasn't an ability to get the same base salary with the signature shoe, which I think is crazy. But I think the biggest issue with this whole thing is that if this contract happened today, she's making minimum $10 million a year. It was an awful bet on yourself contract. An awful lack of a bet on yourself. I genuinely think her agent, if she had like a super agent in Rich Paul, if she was with Clutch, I would be shocked if Juju Watkins in college is making less than Caitlin Clark is per year. I'd be shocked if AJ Wilson is making less than Caitlin Clark is per year. And I mean that. I think when it's all said and done, Clark and Sabrina, they'll be the top. They'll be the two making a ton of money. I think they're the two that are going to be really pushing shoe sales. I think that's the most important thing. So, over the next 10 years, I think the two of them are going to make their most money. But I think right now, I would be shocked if AJ Wilson's deal is less than the Caitlin Clark deal. And the biggest issue with my thing is that they took an 8-year deal. Like, you've got to bet on yourself. In my opinion, if you are a Caitlin Clark, you have got to bet on yourself. I think it was just the most conservative possible deal and taken over 8 years. So realistically, you come into the WNBA at 22. The vast majority of Caitlin's prime is going to be under a terrible shoe deal. So it's not good. It's just not a good deal from her agent whatsoever. And it's going to cost her a whole bunch more money. Like, it's going to cost her so much money. It's probably costing her, it's going to cost her millions. It's probably costing her the guts of 10 million this year. And Caitlin Clark, if she went and made I don't think anyone signs like a 1 year bet on yourself deal. If I was her, 4 to 5 years, even if it is on that 3 million per year, I think you have then the leverage, if you're Erin Kane, to negotiate, be like, no, that doesn't work. It's like, we know Caitlin's worth about 15 million a year. We know that's what she's worth. She is your biggest star. Once LeBron leaves, she is your biggest star. When he retires next year or two. We know that she's probably worth at least 15 million a year. We will push this on to 8 years if you renegotiate it at 11 million a year. So we'll give you 4 million a year off. We'll push this out to 8 years. If you go at 11 million a year, we'll give you 4 million a year off because we made the initial deal. But that's what we want to renegotiate this deal after 1 year. And I think Nike would be in a really tough position to say no, because they'd be scared if there's again another clause is we are leaving no matter what after 4 years. It was like, if you don't do this, we are leaving no matter what. Or we are not giving you any sort of loyalty discount when we renegotiate in 4 years. And all that her agent did is take away any leverage they have in that deal. And one of the biggest things is always going to be the shoe deal. And Caitlin Clark is probably, when it's all said and done, in 8 years' time, I would be absolutely, absolutely shocked if Sabrina Ionescu, AJ Wilson, Fee Collier even, Juju, Paige, all of these players will be earning more money than Caitlin Clark from her shoe deal. Unless, of course, Caitlin Clark is the single most popular shoe out. But I do think every one of them is going to be earning more than Caitlin Clark purely because they signed a deal. They signed the Scottie Pippen contract of shoe deals. They signed one where it's like, we're going to make sure that in the Scottie Pippen shoe deal, we're going to sign it over 8 years, but we're just going to sign a long-term contract just to sign a long-term contract instead of betting on yourself, when someone in her position 100% could have and should have bet on herself. But anyway, see you guys.